winter in Canada. G'day guys, how's it going? My name is AussieTash. We are back with another reaction from the channel, The Planet D. Guys, I absolutely love this channel. If you haven't watched it before, please check it out. It is an awesome Canadian channel, great local content. I absolutely love it. Today we're checking out the video, Winter in Canada, Surviving the Cold in Style. It's winter in Canada. We've had snowfall in Calgary, snowfall in Quebec. You guys, it's getting cold. It's like 15 degrees and lower over there in Canada. Meanwhile, here in Australia, it's hot, it's disgusting, it's sweaty. We've got the aircon on. I am so looking forward to watching Winter Canada reaction videos. So let's just get into it. Winter in Canada, Surviving the Cold in Style, winter gear. Let's go.
When winter takes hold here in Canada, we don't just batten down the hatches and stay inside. We like to get out and enjoy the winter. And in order to do that, you have to dress properly.
Oh, I love this channel. These guys are so much fun. Look at the stuff they're doing, man.
Welcome to Winter in Canada.
How's it going, mate?
A lot of people ask us actually what it's like here and how we survive a winter here in Canada.
How?
So we're going to show you.
The first thing about surviving winter here in Canada is that you have to dress for it when you head outside.
Definitely. It's really important to layer up and make sure that you have the right clothing because, you know, temperatures fluctuate here. So you have to be able to adapt and change with the weather.
So we have all kinds of different clothes that we have for different types of weather, whether it's snowing, whether it's freezing rain, whether it's just a nice balmy day of 5 degrees Celsius, or whether it is usually what we get around here in Ontario on a very cold day is minus 20. That's about the most.
That's about
minus
right.
20?
But we do have something here called wind chill factor. So it can be minus 10 on the weather network. It'll say you have a minus 10 degrees Celsius day, but the wind chill factor is minus 20. And that's the wind can just totally make the weather even more freezing.
So you have to really take that into consideration when you're dressing. That's why I like to have at least a couple layers, one that actually breaks the wind and one that keeps the warmth in.
Okay, so wind chill factor, even though it's like minus 10, it's that windy that it makes it feel like it's minus 20 or minus 30. That's similar to the humidity in Australia. When it's summer, like really stinking hot summer, it may only reach about 32 degrees Celsius, but then you've got to add the humidity on top of that. And the humidity will make it feel like it's 38 degrees. Man, I'm telling you, you walk outside and you are just covered in sweat the minute you open the door. You're covered in sweat, you're dripping with sweat, and you are covered with stinky fat flies that want to buzz all over you and get out any moisture from your pores that they can. Welcome to summer. Welcome to Queensland. Meanwhile, let's talk about winter in Canada. It just looks awesome. I have so many friends on my Discord community and in the YouTube community that are sending me pictures, emails of first snow in different parts of Canada, some in Calgary, some in Quebec, and just the pictures are just so cool. It's real life and I'm loving it. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to spend winter and Christmas with you all. Let's go. How to dress for cold
The key to staying warm
weather.
and enjoying winter here in Canada is having a great base layer. Now the base layer is the layer that actually sits against your skin. It's the first one. And our recommendation is to use merino wool. Merino wool is great because it's breathable, it wicks away the sweat, and it's insulating, so it keeps you warm at the same time.
Okay.
So it comes in a lightweight, it comes in a medium weight, and a heavier weight. So depending on what activity you're planning on doing, you can plan appropriately.
Yeah. Look at how fun that looks, man. Oh.
The kids are out tobogganing on the hill. That is such a Canadian tradition.
Yeah. Oh.
Canadians really love the winter. The way to survive it is to get outside and enjoy it.
You would.
Right behind our house, we have a great toboggan hill, and the kids are out all winter after every fresh snow.
Yeah, and you can get out there, you can go snowshoeing, snowmobiling, ice climbing.
Cross-country skiing.
Oh, there's just like so many different activities.
You lucky bastards. That's all I can say, man. when it's winter here in Australia, it really doesn't get that cold, man. So we really can't do this sort of stuff. If we did want to do this sort of stuff, you could go to the snowy mountains in Australia. They're in Victoria, New South Wales. They've got like ski lodges at Thredbo and Perisher. But I'm telling you now, to stay there for like 2 nights, it's going to cost you $1,000. They milk it for all that it's worth, mate, because they know that we just don't get snow in Australia. So if you want the snow experience, man, you're going to have to pay for it. Meanwhile, you guys have all of this in your backyard. You must love snow time in Canada. I know it gets cold, but man, it just looks like it's so much fun. In summer here in Australia, we don't like it. We don't enjoy it at all. You think we would because we've got the beach and everything like that, but the sun, mate, it just makes it too hot. It is disgusting. And then you've got to deal with the sand at the beach. Oh, it is horrible. So yeah, man, this just looks so cool. Please, guys, in the comments, share all your fun winter experiences with me. Tell me about what you're going to do this winter. I am so excited to hear your stories, see your pictures. Join us on Discord. Send me your pictures on Discord. I plan to make a huge video of all the real pictures I'm getting in real life of your winter experiences. Let's keep on going.
For most situations here in Canada, you can probably get away with a base layer and then your heavier outer layer. But when it gets really cold, like around like -20 or anything like that, you're going to want to add an additional layer. And that goes in between your outer layer and your base layer, which is the mid layer. And for that, we suggest using Polartec fleece. These are from a Canadian company called Mountain Equipment Co-op. But what's important about these is that fleece does actually breathe as well, but really keeps you warm. And when you're looking for a fleece layer, I would recommend look for something that has zippers on the sides, down the legs, so that you can actually, if you do start to sweat, you can open those up.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It will continue to keep your body breathing
that's
and
a
keep
cool
it at
feature.
the right temperature.
Yeah, that's a cool feature, eh? Upper body layer. All right.
My mid layer personally usually consists of this Arc'teryx mid layer here. It's nice and warm. It's also Polartec fleece, but of a little lighter weight because I'm usually doing quite a bit of activity. So I would say
look at
gauge
that.
your mid layer based on what kind of activity you're doing.
Oh.
If you're just going out for a stroll in super cold weather, then go for something heavier. But if you're doing something like ice climbing or snowshoeing or something like that, then you're going to want to have something that's a little bit more lightweight.
Oh, have a go at this. You guys are just showing off as usual, aren't you? Imagine, I'm just trying to imagine all layered up, going for a beautiful snow walk. Like early in the morning with my coffee, you know, I'm going to Tim Hortons, I'm walking to Tim Hortons, I'm getting a big coffee, and I'm just going to go for a beautiful snow walk. I want to do it so much. I guess it's something that you guys get to do, you know, every year. You probably get to do it like, you know, 3 months out of the year. Do you do it? Do you appreciate it? Oh my gosh, I want to do it so bad. I want to go for a snow walk while wearing my cool Canadian toque, throwing down a Tim Hortons coffee. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to do it in pluggers. I'm going to do it in thongs. I'm going to do it in flip-flops. I'll be wearing socks, of course. But yeah, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it that way. It's the Aussie way, mate. We wear, you call them flip-flops. We wear flip-flops here. Even in winter, we'll just throw a pair of socks underneath them. That's how we roll, mate. That's how we roll. Okay, surviving extreme temperatures. Mate, do they say like -20 to -40? Oh my God. I think the most I've experienced, like the coldest I've experienced is like maybe -6 or something. Where my grandmother lives, it actually snows in the winter down in regional New South Wales. I remember it being really, really cold there as a young child. I have been to the snowy mountains in Australia again when I was like 9 years old. We were all rugged up, of course. I don't really remember how cold it was because I was only about 9 years old. Like, I'm 43 now. So I really don't remember feeling that cold and being in those sort of extreme cold temperatures. But you guys are laughing saying, -6, -7, that's nothing, mate. All right, let's keep on going with this video. I'm absolutely loving it. Oh my God, I am chatting so much. We are 4 minutes and 13 seconds into this video, and I've been chatting for about 10 minutes. AussieTash is excited about watching reaction videos and learning about winter in Canada.
My parka is keeping me so warm. I don't need to wear anything. I have a t-shirt under here. It's so great.
Wow.
One of the things you can't live without here or survive a Canadian winter without is a parka, a good parka.
Yeah.
I use Triple Fat Goose. This is their 3-in-1 parka, which I absolutely love because I can use it for all different types of situations because it has a nice
Oh man, that looks pretty thick,
here.
doesn't it?
You have an outer layer that works as a waterproof and windproof that you can actually separate. So these become 2 different jackets. And then put together is the perfect winter parka. I love this thing.
Love it.
It's fantastic. It keeps me warm. I don't have to wear too much underneath, and it's not too bulky. Even though this is definitely fashionable, you want it to be functional as well.
Yeah.
For example, Deb really loves her Triple Fat Goose parka because it's fashionable. It has a belt, but it's still built for technical.
There you go. All right, here's my next question. How expensive are all these, really thick lined winter clothes? Do they milk it? Do they try and get you to pay high amounts of money to stay warm? Do they extort it? That's the word. Do they extort winter? When it comes around, do the prices of these, really, really heavy lined parkas you call them, we call them like jackets, do they like triple in price? I'm guessing they would. In Australia, that sort of happens, when we're approaching winter, the prices of flannies and, jumpers and stuff, they'll go up from like $20 to $40. And then at the end of winter, you'll get them for like $10, $15. So that's the best time to buy them. Just stick them in the cupboard and just wait for like 9 months until the season's changed. But yeah, looks like pretty cool kit to wear. Nice, comfy, fashionable as well. Fashionable, that's cool. Man, I can just see myself walking through there and maybe, some big thick pants, a big thick jacket, a toque of course, and like I said, in my flip-flops with some socks on. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? I'm just thinking of one of the memories I had from being at the snow. We did tobogganing, but mate, back in the day here in Australia, I don't know if it's memories that you have of in Canada, we'd sit on potato sacks, just old mesh potato sacks. And we just go down the hills sitting on those. You just, grab on the side of the potato sacks and you just go down the snow hills. Oh, have
the
a
next
go
layer
at
that
it.
you're going to put on is your outer layer, the
Your
final layer.
outer
and this
layer,
serves
all
2
right.
purposes. 1, to actually keep the wind out if you're in a windy area.
Oh, yeah.
And 2, to keep the heat in. But you want to look for something that's breathable because you don't want to be walking around like you're wearing a garbage bag and where it seals everything in and allows you to sweat. You want to have something that's breathable. And that's why we recommend Gore-Tex, especially if you're doing high impact activities where you'll be sweating a lot. I've had these particular Gore-Tex pants for like 20 years.
Wow.
They really last.
Okay.
These particular ones are 3-ply. They come in different plies and different durability.
They're like
depending on
toilet
what you're
paper.
doing. You might not need 3-ply Gore-Tex, but I would look for something that is durable and breathable.
Man, they're like toilet paper. They come in different plies.
As I was saying about the fleece layer, it's important to have the zippers. It's just as important to have that in your outer layer as well, so that you can regulate your temperature. These particular ones have a full zipper that goes all the way down the side, so I can open it up And there you go. I can continue to breathe. So if I'm, you know, walking or hiking up in with the polar bears, or if I'm, say, you know, hiking in Ontario where it's minus 25 outside and I'm pulling a sled like we did in an expedition, then I can actually open these up, vent out, and it actually regulates my temperature, which is super important because regulating your temperature is the key to staying warm in the Canadian winter.
Man, who goes on these awesome hikes, man? I'm just going to go and look and see a polar bear. Oh, mate, how cool is that? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about seeing so many different videos on winter in Canada, man. That kitty was just talking about, those Gore-Tex, mate, they're 3-ply. That's the best ply you can get, man. You got the 1-ply and the 2-ply. No, mate, you got to wear 3-ply to survive an extreme Canadian winter. We don't need winter stuff like that here in Australia. We really don't. Mate, honestly, here where I am in Queensland, I do wear my toque. I will wear my toque because, you know, I'll start really, really early in the morning, like, you know, about 5 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, you can wear a toque for about an hour and then, you know, your head starts to get hot. I whinged and whinged and whinged at my work, you know, because they were changing their uniform. I said, I want a beanie. I want you to create a work beanie. After 3 years of, you know, me whinging and every little suggestion, they brought in a beanie. I was so excited. I think I was the only person at my store to buy the beanie and wear the beanie this winter. I was so excited, man. Even though it was hot, mate, I was not taking it off. I was sporting that beanie, well, toque, as much as I could. Oh, just look at these walks and stuff.
Another reason why it's important to ventilate is because regulating your temperature, you don't want to get too hot.
Yeah, you don't.
As soon as you get too hot, it's already too late.
Yeah.
You're already going to start sweating and you're going to start to get cold. So the key is to anticipate your heat level.
You're going to sweat and get cold. I'm not sure how that works.
I also have a second version of my outer layer, which I use for like strolling around the cities when it's really cold.
Look
you know,
at
if
this.
I'm out at Winterlude in Ottawa and it's say, you know, minus 20 or minus 30 outside, you still want to get out and enjoy it, right? So you want to dress properly. And on the bottom half, I use something like this, which is a snow pant. So inside it has down inside as well as an outer layer like this to keep the wind out. For something like this, I would just wear my base layer underneath and nothing else, because this sort of doubles as a second and third layer.
Okay, hold on. Those pants, those snow pants, they've got to have pockets, right? You got to have your phone, you got to have your keys, and you got to have your wallet, right? I didn't see any pockets. They would have to have pockets, man. You cannot go out anywhere without pockets, or otherwise you're carrying a handbag. I'm not a fan of carrying handbags at all, but of course, you know, I need my phone. It has, you know, your license, you know, your ID, your bank card, everything's on your phone now. So you need to have pants or shorts or something that has, you know, bulky pockets. So yeah, I'm hoping that the big snow pants or even the jackets that you wear have big, deep pockets, you know, because you got to have the 3 essentials, right? Your wallet, your keys, and your phone. Okay. That would be the one thing I'd have to make sure with either buying the pants or the jacket that this was all catered for.
What most people tend to forget or not pay enough attention to is your extremities.
Yeah.
Your hands and feet are going to get colder faster than any other part of your body, and the head, your head is actually the place that regulates the most of your temperatures. So you want to choose the proper hat.
Yeah.
By keeping heat in and releasing it at the right times, you're going to be able to regulate your temperature even better than just opening the vents on those jackets. Now I have 3 different types of hats. Of course, you're going to notice that here we have a lot of different clothes and a lot of different layers for a lot of different reasons.
Oh, look at it go!
I have a very light hat like this. which is actually I just put on to do any sort of physical activity where it really allows the heat to escape out of my head, but keeps my ears warm. So if I'm doing super intense activities like snowshoeing or something like that, where I know I'm going to be sweating a lot, I definitely use a hat like this because it allows all the heat to escape out of it, and it keeps my core nice and cool and regulated.
Oh, have a go at that. Oh, Mazikeen would love that. You guys know I have a husky, Mazikeen. He would absolutely love that. Oh my gosh. How do I get into Canada when we go there? And man, you guys know, I can't just go there during the summer. I'm gonna have to go there at winter as well. It's absolutely crazy. I'm telling you, it's snowing. It's just started snowing. Like I said, I've seen footage of Ottawa, of Calgary, of Quebec. It's just started. Snowfall is just starting. I just want to get into a plane and go over there right now and just get into the thick of it all. Buy some 3-ply pants, some snow pants, a jacket, a hat. Why is he calling it a hat? It's a toque, mate. Or is it a hat? Ooh, in the comments, let me know. And mittens. You'd have to wear mittens too. I've got sent a couple of really cool pairs of woolen mittens from Canada. So yeah, I'd have to wear my mittens.
Extreme cold situations, I'll use a heavier hat combined with what they call here a balaclava.
A balaclava.
So basically, this goes on your head, and it covers up your nose, your mouth,
how do you breathe?
And your head, and acts as an extra layer. And then you can put an actual heavier hat, say something like this, over top.
It's getting cold now, to wear all this gear.
It's super warm. I don't recommend using this if you're doing something that is really high intense activity, but if you're doing snowmobiling or hiking up in the Arctic, this is a great way to keep your head nice and warm. When it comes to your hands, gloves are super important. I have a whole ton of different types of gloves for different situations. And my recommendation is to layer your gloves just like you do the rest of your body.
Look at them!
So I'll have a liner glove like this, which are just made of fleece, so they are breathable, but they do allow me to do anything that I need to use my fingers for, or I need to be dexterous.
And fashionable as well,
hey? I'll put those into a mitten.
Oh, like wow.
This. So basically, I have 2 layers. The outer wind layer that keeps it nice and warm. This is also lined, as well as a glove liner or a fleece liner. That way, you keep your hands nice and warm. One of the reasons why I recommend a mitten like this is because gloves in extreme cold don't overly work, because they isolate your fingers, right? So by keeping them together, that's why mittens work very well. That's why all of the indigenous who live up north in like Nunavut and that kind of stuff use mittens, because if you can keep your fingers together, they're gonna stay a lot warmer.
Wow. It just fascinates me, man, that you guys have to go to such extremes to keep warm, and all the kit you have to wear, man. It's crazy. Like I said here, in winter here in Australia, mate, honestly, the most we have to do, in all honesty, is like, you'd wear a t-shirt like this. You're not going to need a thick jacket. You're going to wear one of those. I think in some of my other videos I did when it was winter here in Australia, I'd be wearing a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, but it literally has the thickness of a t-shirt. Literally, that's it. And you'd wear flip-flops with some socks underneath them. That's it. We don't need 3-layer pants and big bulky jackets. We just don't need it. I love to wear it. I want to do it so bad. I want to try it. I'll just have a look at everything here.
Air hockey on an ice table. What is more Canadian?
Oh, someone's made that table. Oh, look at these views. Look at this.
Also for extreme weather situations, I'll combine the balaclava with a pair of goggles.
Oh, wow.
Because frostnip and frostbite can be a real concern, especially when you're up in the Arctic, and this seals everything in. So, you have your nose and your mouth covered, put on some goggles, and there's nothing exposed on your face to the cold.
Oh, that's mega cold now, mate.
That's good.
Yeah.
A quick tip, if you are outside and you find yourself getting hot and building up, the first thing you should do is take off your hat.
Yeah.
That's where you'll lose the most heat
Yeah.
and it will cool yourself down the fastest.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep the mittens on. You need to keep your fingers warm. Keeping your
And we
feet
can't
warm.
forget about our feet. The other extremity that's going to get really, really cold really fast.
Yeah.
So just like our hands, we want to layer and we want to insulate. So when you're starting off with your socks, I recommend using 2 different socks. I start off with a polypropylene sock, which is quite thin. Again, breathes and wicks the moisture away. And then I'll put a second layer over top, which will be merino wool. And then if you're looking for a boot, you want to look at something that has a thick rubber sole as well as some insulating properties. So that way you have basically 3 layers between you and the cold ground. That will keep your feet nice and warm in those cold Canadian winters.
Alright, are you guys familiar with Ugg boots? That's the sort of kit that we wear on our feet at winter in Australia. They were created in Australia, Ugg boots. Guys, check them out. And they're also very, very fashionable as well. So you'll see women wearing them all through winter. And, you know, you'll even see ones wearing them in summer just to keep up the whole fashionable sort of Ugg boot thing. But yeah. Skiing. Oh, I have ice skated before.
As you can see, as Canadians, we really love to get out there and enjoy the winter.
Why wouldn't
In order
you?
for us to do that, we have to dress properly. So if you follow all these tips and you layer and you get the right material and you make sure you regulate your temperature, you can have fun up here in Canada in winter as well.
Okay.
So that's how we survive winter in Canada.
So come on up here, give it a try. You're going to love it. Maybe skip summer and do Canada in winter.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And if you enjoy our videos, make sure to subscribe
guys.
to our channel.
This channel is
click on that bell
fantastic.
so that you
Check
get
it out.
notifications because we put new ones up each week.
Yeah.
Happy winter.
Happy winter, Canada. Okay, I'm just looking at all the activities that they were doing. Like I said, guys, check out their channel, The Planet D. It is a great channel. Is it expensive to do a lot of these winter sports? Like there was heaps of different activities. You know, you've seen them ice skating. Is it expensive to rent ice skates? Or is it something that you traditionally own? Do you traditionally always have a pair of skates ready for the winter? I don't know. Please, in the comments, let me know. Do you traditionally have like a snowboard and, you know, you bring it out at winter time? These are things I'm really interested in knowing, guys. Is it best just to have your own set of skates? You know, your feet aren't going to change size, you know, when you're like in your 20s and stuff like that. So, you know, and sharpening them. Do you learn how to sharpen your skates? Is that like something that, you know, your parents will teach you or you learn in school or something like that? Or do you take them to a place and they sharpen them? Guys, I have so many questions. They're just rolling in my head now. Please jump on. Tell me all the stories. I want to hear them all. I absolutely love this video. Oh my golly gosh. It's gone for like half an hour. That was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, please jump on, smash the like button, leave a comment, and of course, remember to subscribe. That really helps me out. Also, if you want to see me react to more winter in Canada videos, please say yes in the comments. Send me your suggestions on Discord or on YouTube. I cannot wait to spend winter with you all. Cheers from down under. Take care. Bye.